The democracy in Nigeria's political and economic structures can be traced to poor governance and dysfunctional public administration. APC, in its manifesto, made promises including free and fair elections at all levels, respect for the rule of law, promotion of transparency, genuine anti-corruption measures. It said it will implement efficient public financial management strategies and ensure true federalism. In order to fulfill its social commitments to Nigerians, the building blocks for its human development plan will be implemented through coherent health, education, and social welfare policies. In a broader sense, APC promised to promote a healthy lifestyle, availability of balanced nutrition, and preventive and curative healthcare, strive to create a pool of skilled Nigerians that will form the bedrock of our economic development agenda. The manifesto also details its plans for youth development in sports and entertainment, in addition to the provision of a sustainable social safety net, beginning with the most vulnerable Nigerians. There are 40 pages of the details it promised Nigerians since 2015. Has the party surpassed, fallen short, or failed in its manifesto? Joining me for an exclusive conversation on what is a manifesto is elder statesman Alhaji Tanko Yakassai. Thank you for coming on the show. Every now and then, we hear that manifestos are important in elections to elect leaders, as we are faced with in 2023. Is the manifesto question taken seriously, do you think, by the electorate since 1999?
Not this time around. Previously, yes. But I think since the return of Nigeria to democracy, manifesto is only been utilized to access registration by ANEC, but not for the purposes of educating Nigerians and also members and leaders of the political parties that are contesting the election. So the result is that the document is there, but the people who are operators are not aware of what the document contains.
Whose fault would you say that is?
Well, you see, manifesto is written by the political party, by the leadership. And the members, people particularly who are contesting House of Representatives, State Assembly, or even chairman and council, ought to read their manifesto, their party's manifesto, and be up to date all the time so that they will be able to defend and also implement the program contained in the manifesto. Manifesto is the documentation of the program of the party, that what the party is going to do for the people from the time it is elected into the power to the time one is no longer in power. What is important in the manifesto is that you can all the time cross-check the activities of the party when it is in government, and then you'll be able to check them if they are really fulfilling the promises they made to the public. So it has to be a document well written and well circulated so that everybody will be able to say, yes, the government is implementing the program it promised to implement or is not implementing. Then you can check them up. When the president or the minister or governor or commissioner is talking to you, you can now say in area A or B or C, where in your manifesto you promise to do this or that. You're not doing it. So you'll be able to pin him down to the area where he's not performing. Without the manifesto, you'll not be able to know what the political party is going to do for the people. I'm saying that they have a manifesto because it is a requirement for registration of the political party to contest election. But the members, the leaders, the candidates don't care about the manifesto. So if you can find time to interview any one of them, take him up on any part of the program, you'll be able to know if he is really conversant with the manifesto of his political party. Well, if ministers, president, governors, commissioners, members of state or national assembly are not conversant with the manifesto of their political party, how can they implement them? So this is the importance of manifesto, and it's done all over the world. It's done in England, it's done in America, it's done in Germany, in Japan, everywhere, India. They do it, and it is an article of faith on the part of the political parties and its members.
So, in your view, the manifesto should come prior to the elections campaigns, as it were, if I'm getting you right. But does that give enough time for, say, the electorate to be able to read these manifestos? I mean, they're out there in the public. No one is stopping them from reading it. That of the APC, that of the PDP, that of Labour Party, that of the, every other party. It's just out there in the public. But we seem to be in a situation where Nigerians themselves don't even take into recognition these manifestos, but instead are driven by sentimental, waves. Will I be right if I think as such?
Yes, indeed, because as of today, of all the political parties, I don't know of any manifesto issued by any of the political parties to the public, because they are documents for the purposes of dissemination of the promises made by the political parties to the public. Well, I don't know if you know as a journalist, any manifesto of any of the political parties. The only candidate they have as president, I think, is the candidate for the president, the vice president. In some cases, the issue of vice president is not settled yet. So is the question of whether the political parties themselves have now written their manifesto and issued them to the public, because they are required to be published widely so that members of the public will be able to read and know that in terms of supply of water or electricity or job creation and so on, this is what the party A promised, or B, or C. And then I'll be able to define that by quoting a section from their promise from their manifesto. Where the manifesto is hidden somewhere and is not open to the public, then the manifesto is not serving its purpose.
So let me get this clearer from you, because you're a statesman and you have seen, administrations come and go over the past 30 years, even more. But if you say that the manifesto should take the pride of place for people to be able to, read in between the lines and know what candidate is bringing what to the table, if we don't have it by this time, that raises a lot of concerns for Nigerians, don't you think? Because the market women, for instance, want to know how much the price of food, gari, for instance, yam, rice, will go in the next 2-3 weeks, because we seem to be doing that on a weekly basis now. This food prices are skyrocketing just so astronomically uncontrolled. How much of an impact will a manifesto have on the common people, the rice that we have to buy in the market?
But is there any manifesto yet? That is a problem. I have not seen any, to be honest, and they are not something to be hidden. They are something to be widely circulated, so that every member of the community will be able to know, to have a copy for reference, to be able to know what parties are promising. Today, PDP or even Labour Party. I don't know what you have seen one. Have you seen one yourself?
I've seen that of the APC on the INEC's website, which is that of the party manifesto. Are you saying that there's a difference between a party manifesto and a candidate's manifesto?
The manifesto is the selling point of the party. The candidate of the party ought to know inside out of his party's manifesto. If the candidate does not know the manifesto of his party, what is he going to sell to the public? It is the material, it is the thing that he will advertise to the public to be able to give them, give his party support. If the candidate is not aware of the manifesto of his political party, if you and I, who are going to vote, are not aware of the promises the political parties are making for us, then how do we vote for them? I know the election is away by about 6 months, but we should do it now, because the political parties have nominated their candidates to tell the people that this is what my party is going to do for you.
Okay, let's just try to, because we're running out of time, and try to bring these views to a quick conclusion. What will be your final take on this issue of the manifesto, the almighty manifesto? Are we faced with another scenario where the electorate will be cowed again? Because according to you, if the manifestos are not made public by this time, then we'll risk doing the same things again and expecting different results.
Exactly. But the challenge now is largely on you, the media people. You must ask the political leaders that we don't manifest, tell them the manifesto document tenure they're going to do for you better them. You better them on their manifesto. What is it that you have in the manifesto that we don't know? Why are you hiding your manifesto? Why is it that the public is not aware of your manifesto? But these are very important. These are the basics of election. This is what they do all over the world. Unless people are not contesting elections genuinely in order to implement programs for the benefit of the people, for the society.
That's a good place to let it rest. Alhaji Tanko Yakassai, an elder statesman, a politician, a core politician, if I may add. Your views are always so very important and cherished, not just for Control TV, but across the world. Many thanks indeed for talking to us on this very important topic of the question of the manifesto. Many thanks indeed. And to everyone else who's watching, we'll see you next time. I'm Gimbo Umar. Bye for now.